Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and we're going to be talking about the brand new archetype Kshatriya. It is a brand new archetype that was hinted at in the new Tournament Scream card. So let's get into them. They are a deck that's based around level 7 and rank 7s, and this is Kshatriya Fenrir. It is an Earth level 7 psychic effect, 2400 attack and defense. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use each of the following effects of Kshatriya Fenrir once per turn. During your main phase, you can add one Kshatriya monster from your deck to your hand. When this card declares an attack, or when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, banish it face down. This is a good card just to start out with, and also it allows you to get other Kshatriya monsters from your deck to your hand, which could be very useful. On top of banishing stuff face down, so this actually supports things like Eater of Millions and as well of other type of decks. Now they are level 7, you can run Diablos the Mind Hacker, and this feels like the perfect deck for it. Next up we have Kshatriya Ogre, level 7, 2800 attack, 1000 defense, and it's a water psychic. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use each of the following effect once per turn. During the main phase, you can add one Kshatriya trap card from your deck to your hand. When this card declares an attack, or when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, look at the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, and if you do, banish one of them face down. Also return the remaining cards back on the top of the deck in its original order. This is a super powerful card as it gives you free knowledge, which I think is very, very, very good right now. Being able to get free knowledge from the top 5 cards of your opponent's decks, so you get knowledge of what they draw next. So this card is definitely one to watch out for. Next up we have Kshatriya Unicorn, Wind, level 7 psychic. If you control no monsters, they all share it. You can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can add one Kshatriya spell from your deck to your hand. When this card declares an attack, or when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can look at your opponent's extra deck, and if you do, banish one card face down. You get free knowledge of their extra deck. This card is very stupid. This is like True King without Sajim, but on an effect where you just don't do anything. They activate a hand trap, you could quick effect chain, look at their extra deck, yoink something out of there. So that is actually very, very useful and very, very stupid. Then we have Kshatriya Shangri-La. This is also a Hindu archetype, so I hope I'm pronouncing everything right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. But Kshatriya is what I think it is. And this is a level 7 with 0 attack, 3000 defense. This is a giant orbital cannon that's pointing at the world where Starfrost is at right now in the Nuclear World Galaxy. Or Clear New World Galaxy. This is 2+ level 7 monsters. During the standby phase, you can special summon one Kshatriya monster from your deck. You can only use Kshatriya Shangri-La once per turn. Each time your opponent's cards is banished face down, you can target one unused monster zone or spell a trap card zone. That zone cannot be used while this card is face up on the field. If this card on the field would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you could attach one material from this card instead. So this card is very, very broken in the sense that if you banish 11 cards, your opponent cannot play. And that is very, very strong, in my opinion. But overall, for a boss monster, this is very good. Next up, we have Decline Scareclaw. It is a normal spell card that works in tandem with Starfrost archetypes, and also, you can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. Target one of the Shishikai Rophobia in your graveyard or on your field, return to the owner's hand. If you control a Visor Starfrost, you can switch the battle position of one face-up monster your opponent controls to face-down defense position. So it is a Book of Moon for Scareclaws, which is very, very useful. Now, the Shishikai Rophobia is not a card that we know of right now. It is most likely the Kshatriya field spell that we're going to get later on. Now, if there are 3 or more face-out monsters on the field, banish 6 cards from your graveyard. Add one Scareclaw monster or special summon one Scareclaw card from your graveyard to your field. Probably set one Scareclaw card from your graveyard to your field. Next up, we have Kshatriya Birth. It is a continuous spell card. If you normal summon a level 7 monster, you can do it without tributing. During your main phase, you can special summon one non-exceed Kshatriya monster from your graveyard or banish. If your opponent activates the spell effect of a spell card and you control a Kshatriya monster, target 3 cards in your opponent's graveyard, banish them face down. Huge removal. This is definitely amazing for the grind game as you make your opponent lose out on resources. After that, we have Scareclaw Twin Saw or Twin Fang. It is a continuous trap or normal trap card. You tribute a Scareclaw monster you control and 2 cards your opponent controls. Destroy those cards, and if you control a Visor Starfrost, you can banish those cards instead. If there is a Link 3 monster on the field, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Link monsters cannot activate their effects this turn. So this just locks out a lot of the things your opponent can do with Link monsters during your turn, which is very powerful. And also, since it's a normal trap, it's super powerful. Now, you can only activate one effect of this card once per turn, so one or the other. And finally, we have Kshatriya Prepare. It is a continuous trap card, and it's a quick effect, but you can only use each effect once per turn. Quick effect: special summon one Kshatriya monster from your hand or amongst your banished monsters. If this card is already in your spell and trap card zone, when your opponent activates the effect of a trap card, and you control a Kshatriya monster, you can check your opponent's hand and banish one card face down. So they activate Imperm, you activate this effect, you rip a card out of your opponent's hand. This card is very powerful, and in my opinion, this deck is going to be interesting and one to keep an eye out because they are level 7s. That means they have some sort of utility with things like Dragon Ruler or even Diablos the Mind Hacker, or really any other deck that deals with all these level 7s like Tennies. But I want to know what you guys think about this deck. It is very interesting in my opinion, but I cannot wait to test it. This is actually one I might just test straight up and see what happens from there. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.